Good evening, my lords, my ladies, gentlemen and gentlewomen, and anyone else in hearing of my voice, although the Lord alone will know who that might be. Tonight we play The History of Tom Jones, a Foundling. Oh, set your minds at rest, good gentle audience. I am not regularly an actor. Thank heaven for small favors. I am your humble servant, Partridge, schoolmaster, surgeon, and barber. I tell the story of Tom Jones because I know the facts. I have some small part in it, and I'm told that I've the wit to address so large and distinguished an audience as yourselves. But wit is a necessity in a barber. Many people said Tom was born to hang, and others called hanging too good for him. But I say, Tom is a paragon of virtue, misunderstood as the good so often are in this wicked world. Our story takes place more than 200 years ago, when the world was, indeed, wicked, bawdy, and licentious. In short, a time like any other. But I am bound to protect innocence, and as all here look pure in heart, I shall endeavor to launder through the more delicate passages of this history. Tom Jones, the foundling, was born, or rather found, in Somersetshire, one of the green counties of England, in the home of Squire Allworthy.
Welcome home, brother.
Thank you, sister.
The squire, exhausted,
I'm exhausted.
retired immediately to his bedchamber, from which instantly issued a great cry.
Merciful heavens!
Brother, what is it? What's happened to the master? I'm not sure. What's happened, brother?
In my room. A baby!
A baby! It is a sweet-looking child.
Must belong to one of the servants.
Lord, sir!
One of the younger servants. Who else could have put it in my room?
But which one? Polly, Catherine, Jenny?
Yes, which one indeed?
It was Jenny Jones, I'll warrant.
The squire called the baby boy Jones, after Jenny, and Tom, after his own whim. Tom Jones. Shortly after I was banished, a certain Captain Bliffle became the guest of Squire Allworthy, and fell in love with his host's sister. He certainly was a gallant captain, as Miss Allworthy was older than he, and, to put it delicately, not the fairest of her sex.
Beauty is only skin deep and fades as a plucked rose. The deeper qualities, such as money and property, last forever.
And so they were married, and a year later, blessed with a fine, bouncing baby boy. Not long after, tragedy struck the good captain. He died of an epilepsy, or an apoplexy, depending on which doctor you asked. The good Squire Allworthy engaged 2 gentlemen to educate his nephew and his ward, the Reverend Mr. Thwackum, a gentleman of great learning and a severe disciplinarian,
Human nature is the perfection of all virtue.
and Mr. Square, a philosopher.
The human mind since the fall is nothing but a sink of iniquity.
Tom was a welcome guest at Weston's table. Weston often declared.
Tom Jones will make a great man with any encouragement. I wish I had a son with his parts.
However, Mr. Weston had no son. He had a lovely daughter, Sophia.
Miss Weston, Sophia, my heart overflows me. Pardon me if I'm too bold.
I will not affect to misunderstand you, Mr. Jones. I understand you too well, but for heaven's sake, if you have any affection for me, let me retire to my room, lest the excitement your strong words cause makes my heart fly quite out of my breast.
I fear I have said too much.
Too much, too little, and too well.
Mr. Jones? Mr. Jones, they've sent for you. You must return to Squire Allworthy. He is taken ill.
But the pain on my side.
Pains within the left side are merely vapors and signify nothing.
The pains on my right side.
The right side, that is what we in medicine call right side vapors. They signify even less. A fortnight's rest in bed, some bread soaked in wine every 3 hours, and a little chicken soup. You will be right as rain before the month is out.
But this morning you told me I was dying.
We all die a little every day. But I have performed another of my miracles, delaying that unhappy event for many years, I trust. Thank heaven for modern medicine.
And he's all right.
Completely. All he needs is rest.
Hi-ho and well day! Doctor, you deserve a statue erected to you!
I know you are love.
Not to my tender Sophia. Your father and I entirely approve your choice. Your father's the Squire Allworthy proposing the match.
Now?
The impetuosity of my brother's temper. As soon as I acquainted him with your passion, which I discovered the very moment you said you were Allworthy, you should be back with your lover within 5 minutes. You were to put on all your best airs.
5 minutes, dear aunt, you frightened me out of my senses.
Oh, you'll soon come to yourself again.
What does it signify? He is base-born.
Baseborn? Oh, baseborn? What do you mean calling Mr. Bliffle baseborn?
Mr. Bliffle!
Of whom else have we been talking?
Of Mr. Jones, I thought.
Jones!
So I must follow where my heart leads me. I love Sophia.
Remember your birth, sir! You cannot have the effrontery to live above your station.
I am resolved to banish you from her sight and mine.
Oh no, do not banish me from the two human beings who I love most in this world.
You are to leave my house and never return.
Very fair!
Very just.
Excuse me, madame, is this man troubling you?
Yes, sir, most assuredly.
May I be of service?
Please.
Hold, you rascal!
That's not fair. You had a stick.
Oh!
That varlet will teach you not to meddle with the Black Shadow. And now, madam.
Stand, Sir Earl, fire! But first, is there a surgeon in the neighborhood? This gentleman has been injured in defending me.
The best in the kingdom. To watch him draw blood is poetry. Will your ladyships follow me? I'll take your luggage to your room, sir, and send the surgeon. Partridge, your service is required in the dining room.
See, I told you I'd come into the story. If you please, sir, allow me to attend you on your expedition to London. I want nothing but to leave this place and to travel with a man such as yourself. It would be an honor to be your servant.
I have nothing to offer, but you're welcome to share in my poverty, and I'll be the richer for your company.
Oh, thank you, sir. I'll go fetch my belongings and return.
But what about my head? Will you not bandage it?
Oh, no, sir. Let the wound breathe. Let the air get to it. It's nature's way.
Excuse me, sir. Do you know if a young man called Tom Jones is lodged here?
Aye, madame, he is. I have the honor of being his servant.
Oh, prithee, conduct me to his chambers.
Impossible, madame. He is at supper with a lady.
With a lady? Oh, no.
Oh, he's an amiable rogue the way all the women chase after him.
All the women?
This one, and only a few days ago, since he was obliged to leave Somersetshire, where a rich young lady of fashion, Miss Sophia Western, was madly in love with him.
Sophia Western. And now another? The God! Oh, perfidious love! Oh, cousin, please let us leave before you meet heaven knows whom.
My lady, you forgot your muff.
Oh. Oh, the very muff defiled by that scoundrel Jones. I never want to see it again. I do entreat you, cousin, hurry! Wait! I shall write to I shall leave Lady Belson's address and my name. I'll leave it in my muff where he is bound to see it. That way the villain will know that I know all. But he'll also know where to find you. Then I shall have the pleasure of refusing to see the faithless wretch in person. Come.
Upon arriving in London, Miss Sophia and Mrs. Fitzpatrick immediately waited upon Lady Bellaston, who was their relation. They told her of the perils of their trip, and my Lady Bellaston was properly horrified.
La.
Miss Sophia, exhausted, retired at once to her chamber, and though Mrs. Fitzpatrick was anxious to retire as well, she was detained by Lady Bellaston, who, under the guise of friendly inquiry, indulged her curiosity.
Rest assured, dear Harriet, that Mr. Jones will never get past me.
Mr. Jones is below, madame. He desires to see you.
What? Already? The villain! Nancy, my glass! You may show him in.
My Lady Bellaston will be detained, sir, and begs you to wait.
What are you doing here?
Sophia!
I did not know you were acquainted with Lady Bellaston.
I only knew her name, which I read in your muff.
Oh, you found it. I wondered where I had dropped it, but by your clothing, Mr. Jones, you appear to have become a gentleman of fashion.
Let us not, I beseech you, waste one of our precious moments in discussing clothing after such a long and terrible pursuit.
Pursuit? Of whom?
Need I say, of you? Allow me on my knees to beg your pardon.
My pardon? Why should you beg my pardon? Just because I heard my name bandied about in some vulgar tavern, and you supping with strange women.
Oh, my only love! Do me the justice to think I was never unfaithful to you, though I despaired of ever seeing you again. I loved you.
And that woman?
A mere companion for dinner, whom I spoke nothing but my love for my Sophia.
Oh, Tom!
Pray, what is the matter with Sophia? She seems distraught. That bounder Jones has been here.
Jones here?
Though she pretended it was not he, I saw through a little fiction.
Madame.
Do you know the house of Miss Weston in Jermyn Street?
Yes, madame.
I desire you should take her this. I have written Miss Weston the whereabouts of her niece. I can no longer be responsible for her safety. This gentleman is too handsome to be trusted.
You betrayed Sophia!
And would you call this betrayal?
There, my lady cousin, stands the most undutiful, defiant child in the world.
Sophia, listen to a woman old enough to be your older sister. Heed your father. Obedience to a parent is one of the true joys of life.
Spy!
Allworthy and Blifil have come to London. I've sent word for them to meet us at your aunt's.
I will not see him!
I say you will, and you will.
Never, 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 never! Brother, I protest! A woman must be led, not whipped!
That's not woman, that's donkey!
Sophia has been spirited away.
Indeed, I know, madam, but where?
She's being held at her aunt's house in Jermyn Street.
Thank you, madam. All is not lost. I can find her again. Blessings on you for a saint.
I must not be seen speaking with you.
You there, you, sir. Who's that lady with whom you were just speaking with?
In truth, sir, I know not. Indeed, I'm glad you have forgiven me for that foolish quarrel.
Oh, our quarrel is forgotten. The fact that you insulted me means nothing, for I have today a far better reason. For killing you!
But why, sir?
The lady with whom you were just speaking, that was no lady.
You want to believe this?
That was me wife! Ah!
No, sir.
I have satisfaction enough. I am a dead man for sure.
I hope not, but remember, you started it.
Hang the sun down.
Oh,
Let's go. Let's
Bye-bye,
go.
sir.
What now? What now?
I have evidence in this case. Material evidence.
Delays.
Upon my word, that's Miss Waters.
You know that woman?
She's the lady whom I supped with at Upton.
Dear heaven, don't you know who she is? She is...
You are Jenny Jones!
I was. I am Mrs. Waters.
You, Jenny Jones? Mother!
Order! Is it a murder trial or a family reunion?
Neither, sir. This man has not committed murder, and I am not his mother.
Villain, you would hang your own cousin.
I protest, sir. He did not know Tom was his cousin.
But he did. It was in the letter I sent you myself when Madame Blifil lay dying in Salisbury. There were her last words. She said, "Tell my brother, Tom Jones is my son."
Villain! You concealed this fact!
I had no such intention, Uncle.
Quit my sight, you blackguard, and let me never hear your name again!
But...
But there is still the question of the murder trial for which I've already passed sentence.
Have you seen the corpse?
No, that's why it's so unpleasant. And besides, we wasted too much time already.
One moment more, please.
I don't know. I'm wasting so much time. I don't know.
My Lord Fitzpatrick.
My husband! Make believe he isn't there and he may go away.
Me, gentle Harriet.
Then you are not dead.
No.
Case dismissed. Come on out of here and bring in the next murder.
There is one more thing that must be settled. You, Tom, are my heir.
You're too good to me.
I always have been, and as my only heir, I do not think Mr. Weston would have any objections for a match between you and Miss Sophia.
And so you see, it is a pleasant story that ends happily and with our lovers united and points a moral. Although I myself couldn't tell you what it is. But it was surely worth your attention for an evening. And, as Master Shakespeare said, all's well that ends well. I hope your honors find your own lives and loves and as well as our play.
I now pronounce you man and wife.
Sweet. Good night, my lords, my ladies, and all gentlefolk.